And ladies and gentlemen, we are back. This is the Outsider's Perspective on HLX Radio. And as you heard, I am the maestro, creator of all things HLX. With me, as usual, the legendary Coriel on the ones and twos.
Yes.
How you feeling, sir?
I'm alright.
You alright?
Mm-hmm.
So we got a couple things to get into. We got some new music come out. A decent amount of music come out, but we're going to get into the one that everyone was waiting for. The highly anticipated DJ Khaled album.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? Father of Assad?
Mm-hmm.
It was. I think it was 17 tracks. He had everybody and their mama featuring, of course. It's a Khaled album, so you had a little bit of everybody on there.
Mm-hmm.
We both got a chance to listen to it. I didn't make it all the way through the album.
I did not.
So, I guess on what you did hear and what you did make through, initial thoughts, feelings, was it worth the wait, hype, all that?
I felt
How you
nothing.
feel? You felt nothing.
I felt nothing. Like, nothing excited me. I can't even remember half of what's going on. I remember the first song because it was like this patois kind Jamaican shit, and it was kind of all over the place. So it was kind of hard for me to kind of get into. I don't know. I don't know. I remember that, and then I remember the John Legend one with Nipsey on it. Yeah. So I thought that was cool, kind of eerie because some of the stuff that he said, I was like, wait a minute,
like he knew.
Yeah, like he knew. Yeah, but
apparently it's just like a couple days before.
Yeah. So other than that, it was exactly what I expected it to be, and I did not like what I heard.
What about because the big one beforehand everybody was talking about was because he kind of previewed that he had a song with Cardi coming, but didn't say who the feature was. But then the feature turned out to be 21 Savage. The song Wish Wish, which was supposed to be like the big one that hit everybody. Did that not ring?
Now that you mention it, I do remember the song. And how do I feel about it? I liked the verses.
And Khaled said that both of those verses was the hardest verses that either of those artists has ever put out. Those are Khaled's words.
Well, I don't know that much about either one of them to say. I do know that I didn't dislike the verses. So he could be right about that. I don't know. I guess you don't agree with that.
I just think that's a stretch to say.
But I'm not saying I disagree. It's kind of a stretch though. Got you.
It's put a little extra sauce on it, but I mean, it's your project. That's kind of what you're supposed to do, I guess.
Yeah, he's DJ Khaled, so what do you expect?
So I mean, if that song's cool. He did put out like a video to practically every song. If he didn't by the last time I checked, he may have by now because it seemed like every 3 hours another video was coming out. So I've seen a video for it over half the project. And they were okay, nothing spectacular. It was the Jealous song with Chris Brown, Lil Wayne, and Big Sean. They were like racing and placing bets on all type of crazy stuff and skits happening in the middle. The video was like 10 minutes long. Overall, it was just okay though. I did make it through the whole thing. I listened to it. There was like nothing spectacular, nothing that jumped out. It was like, yo, I have to, it was
add this to a playlist.
Nothing was added to any playlist on my phone. I just listened to it once. I probably won't go back and listen to it again. Nah, I probably won't listen to it again.
Well, I remember listening to it and it made me think like maybe I outgrew rap.
You outgrew rap.
Maybe I'm not that I'm too old, but I'm in a different headspace now where it doesn't hit me the same way. Rap is more popular than it's ever been. So usually when stuff is popular and it makes a lot of money, innovation takes a back seat. New ideas tend to take a back seat, and they just kind of do the same thing over and over again until it don't work no more. And I feel like that's kind of where we are right now at this point. And I want out.
Well, I think that what you just said, I think specifically to Khaled is like the epitome of what he does at this point anyway.
Yes.
That's why when you said, I was like, I don't know if Khaled album is the one to be like,
but it made me think,
because
who else?
just because with that, I don't think I feel like his album in particular is one that's just like, all right, we gotta get the same joint that we did last time, get the same feature. Let's find Justin Bieber real quick.
But he got the whole industry on his album.
Yeah.
The rap industry is on his album.
I don't think people are giving Khaled the A1 verses, to be fair. He does have everybody on there, but again, this is the formula.
He just said that was the hardest verse that Cardi. No, mind you, Cardi got number ones, and he said that this is the hardest verse Cardi's ever done in her career.
That's what he said.
Is that what Cardi said?
Cardi didn't say that. She didn't say that.
Well,
and I don't think this is going to be another good number one song for Cardi.
Well, you make a point that people aren't,
This is microwave Khaled albums. I'm sure he sent the verse out, and whatever verse he get back, all right, next.
Well, okay, fine. Without Khaled, who else? Who out here making quality, decent bodies of work you want to sit with and listen to instead of just listen to because you feel obligated to, because you feel like you're gonna miss out on something?
Anderson .Paak.
Anderson .Paak, one. Okay, all right.
Her.
We're talking about rappers, all right.
We're talking about rappers specifically? Okay.
We talking about rap. We gonna get to music.
Okay.
Music period.
Anderson .Paak. Mm-hmm. Rick Ross, bodies of work. He has bodies of work.
Recent? Okay, I should have specified. Okay, from 2017.
2017.
Till today.
2017.
I hate that I hear your beard in my ear. Get that shit out of my ear right now.
Sorry, I had to think.
Please, I'll tell you.
2017. I'm not good with dates and stuff though, but
just throw it. I'm great at dates, so just throw a name and I'll be able to tell you.
Cause me, that's maybe because I'm a Drake fan. I always sit with a Drake album.
Okay, Drake.
Just because.
Mm-hmm. I mean, arguably, because he put so many songs out at one time.
It was like 20 something songs.
Yeah, so it's like you gonna like at least 8 of them, 8 to 10 of them.
But I say I'll probably give closer to the 10, maybe a little bit more on that.
Okay, Drake.
So I can sit with what was it? Scorpion. Was the last one? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's kind of bad that you couldn't halfway remember, but go ahead. No.
That's what I'm thinking about other stuff too. Honestly,
exactly. Rap sucks. Yeah. Rap sucks. I mean, and niggas drop every week. Logic drop. Who else?
So he be dropping that I don't care about though.
Well, he dropped. Who else? Who else did I mention earlier?
Meg Thee Stallion dropped.
Her.
Tyler the Creator.
Tyler.
Dropped. A Wu-Tang album came out, but I was unaware of that.
Well, yeah, we're not talking about them. We talking about 2017 though.
Albums just dropped.
You know what I mean? They don't count because they don't. I was about to say they don't matter.
They came out 2 days ago.
That's not. It's like Dipset when they drop. It's like I didn't ask for that. Like anyway, rap sucks, but I feel like music in and of itself is in a. It's just. I don't know if it's in a bad way, and I think that has it always been like this? Because we always look back on all the legends, like we had Marvin Gaye and Babyface and all these people. It's like that's 40 years worth of music that we consolidating. I'm pretty sure there was so many ass songs out in the 60s and 70s. I know in the 70s, Chuck Berry had a song called My Ding-a-Ling, and it was number one. I know niggas was mad. Niggas had to be mad. It's like, is this what rock and rollers come to? My ding-a-ling, really? It's just like, they might have always been having these types of conversations, but I don't know. I feel like it may be music. Ultimately, most people don't know what they're doing when they make music. They make music just because it's something fun to do, but most of the time when people make music, it sucks. But every once in a while, you get somebody that come out that kind of be like, you know what? But this one. So,
but that's my thing. If enough, it only takes a couple people to get it right that time, and it'd be great. And I'm cool. Like I get enough music because we listed out what from the Motown era, and listed out all these people that was making music at the same time who we consider legends. And it was maybe 10 people off the top that we just threw out there.
Yes.
If I got 10 legends, I'm cool. I don't need, who cares what the trash stuff? Of course, it's more than 10 people making music. It's people putting out mixtapes or albums every day. But if I'm getting a Drake album or a Beyonce drop or something, like that can hold me into the next whenever. I don't care what the other
but we do
trash people
because we always have to listen. Whenever somebody drop, you always ask, "Oh, you heard that such and such."
Because
so-and-so.
we do this, not because
that's what I'm saying. Like if I was just
you
like
listen to all people that I didn't even know.
But how was I supposed to know about these people if I didn't take a chance on them the first time? You never know what you're missing out on. But the thing is, with that, most of the things you listen to is going to be trash, and it's disheartening. It makes me sad.
Yeah, I don't listen to much. You listed off a bunch of people that recently dropped that I didn't like. Logic dropped. Like, oh, I didn't know that. Oh, he did. Like Tyler dropped. Oh, did he? Like I didn't know.
But you know, it's a bunch of people. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm over exaggerating. No, fuck that. No, I'm not. Music sucks.
Well, then now too, like you said, it's people necessarily don't know what they're doing, or every once in a while you have some person that kind of gets it right and has a hit. But now we're at the point, like with the internet and everyone having access to make music, you just got more people like trying, or more people shooting their shot trying to get that. Yeah. So you have a lot more misses before you get the actual shot, because you got 10 times or maybe 100 times the amount of people with the access to do music now, as opposed to the Motown era. If you weren't part of Motown, you couldn't really get no album out. Like you couldn't in your mama house make a whole album and just put it on SoundCloud and let everybody hear it, or even get it on Spotify and all that. Now you don't have no qualifications to put music on streaming service other than paying your fee.
That's very true. So does music suck?
I think with that, maybe it's like the sample size. Like maybe there's only a small percentage of people who are actually good and should be doing this. But now the sample size is so huge that the percentage is the same, but now the pool of people that you're pulling from is way bigger.
So what you're saying is that music sucks. Mathematically, if you get 20% right, you fail. So if only 15 to 20% of music is actually worth listening to and revisiting.
But only 20% of the people making music should be making music.
Well, should. That's a strong. See, you about to get us in trouble. Hold on, we'll be back. We'll be back telling niggas what they shouldn't do.
If you failing,
Nick, you hear the damn music.
Sweet potato pie on Thanksgiving. All right. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. The Outsider's Perspective, the Maestro Coriel. And while we were on the break, I remember what happened to me this morning, and it was pure foolishness. I'm not going to say no names. I'm not going to give no titles.
Air it out. Air it out.
However, I have to. In all my years of going to church, I've been going to church my whole life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I've been in leadership for church most of my life.
Mm-hmm.
I've helped organize plenty of services. Never in my life has the choir not showed up. The choir did not come. So literally, like, service starts at 11. I've been here since 9:30.
Mm-hmm.
We getting stuff. We got lights up. We getting everything, printing out folding bulletins. We doing all that.
Mm-hmm.
We get there like 10:30 ish. Rolls around. Are we ready to get started? Get going? So the leader texts the choir director, "Hey, like, where y'all at? Well, you ready?" The choir director responds, "Oh, you didn't tell me we were you didn't tell me we were singing today."
Well, I gotta tell you. Like,
what?
I told you when I hired you with it. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I had to tell the choir director to sing.
You're fired.
on Sunday.
You're fired.
The church choir director didn't know to come sing on Sunday.
Get out of here. You're fired. I ain't gonna say no names, but you know who you are, and you're fired.
So this has never happened to me ever in life, and we were all literally.
They already think I'm you anyway.
Yes.
I might have to come in and take your shit. This is ridiculous. This is some foolishness.
That is very true. So we all stood there like, so what? I've never not had a choir show up before. So like, what? Even the person who like the band that plays with them showed up and was like ready to play the keys. Like, y'all ready? It was like, nah, he not here.
And he couldn't come. Like it was too late by that point. It was like, well, fuck, you might as well just stay home then, wherever the hell.
No, he was somewhere else.
Oh, he was like where?
Because I don't know where specifically.
He was doing
like, something
else.
He was seen on like Facebook or like Instagram in a story or something somewhere else. So not only did you not come, you clearly just had something else to do.
Well, that's all right. That's all right.
So I'm literally in the back, along with I had to design the bulletins.
Mm-hmm.
I had to. We didn't have a preacher. We had a panel. So we had a bunch of college students come back and had like an open discussion and people ask questions. Mm-hmm. I had to moderate the panel. Mm-hmm. I also had to be the choir and DJ. So when like offering came, when normally the choir would sing, I'm like looking at the sound guy in the back, like pressing play. Mm-hmm. So you could turn it like, come on, son.
You're fired.
So that blew me this morning. I just had to get that out. Cause come on, son. How the choir not show up? But anyway, I digress. You had a question. Can you say what is it? It was who is what you
okay.
Is what you do different than who you are? Is that
I have a question. What can you separate what you do from who you are?
Can you say that's different?
Can you separate what you do from who you are?
Okay. So when I just want to clarify on what you do is. Because when I hear what you do, my first thought went to like occupation. Mm-hmm. So like if I don't know, if I'm a firefighter, is that's what I do, but is who I am also a firefighter.
Okay. Well, let's say this then. A lot of people volunteer to be firefighters, right? It's not even something you get paid for. Some people, who they are, they just want to be of service. They just want to help people. So because of who they are, they make decisions on what they do. I would not be a firefighter because that's not who I am. I would hate it. I wouldn't do my job. But I do all these other things. I'm a sound engineer. I'm a vocalist. I'm a producer because I enjoy creating and I enjoy music. So because of these fundamental things that make me who I am, I do certain things. So can we separate? Now, at the same time, I dance, right? But I tell niggas all the time, but I'm not a dancer though. Only because I don't want niggas to battle me. That's not the reason.
Well,
I'm not gonna win. But it's like, but technically I am a dancer because I dance. Right?
Yeah.
So can we separate what we do from who we are?
I feel like who you are, I guess thinking in that route is who you are is, I guess, the collection.
Come on in here.
The collection of the things that you do. Because it has to be, it can't be singular though. Huh? Because to me, when I think what you do, it's more like you said, I'm a firefighter. Like that's one thing that I do. But there's other aspects to me other than just being a firefighter. Yeah, being a firefighter means I like to help people and be of service and things like that. But one, I can like to help people and be of service in other ways other than just being a firefighter.
Well,
that's separate.
You can be multiple things. Like I'm a singer, but I'm also like, what else do I do? Just because one thing doesn't make you 100% one thing. There are little pieces of our
right. That's what I'm saying. So it would have to. So who you are is, I guess, the collection of all those things.
But we can't separate them from who we are because they make us who we are, right?
I would say who you are more so makes or kind of guides what you do.
But can we separate it? Can we separate it? So like, I do this, but this isn't me. Well, let's see. Because there are people who have jobs that they hate, right?
Most people.
But
and the only reason they're doing it is because they can get it, not because they want to help people, because I get a check so I can pay my bills.
So
that's their reasoning.
So someone's job is not a reflection of who they are.
Not always, no.
Okay. So we can separate what we do from who we are?
I think it depends on
I don't work a job. Like, I worked one in order to get enough money to leave because I had things. So I made a decision based off of who I am and what I want all of my life. I would imagine a lot of people, I guess, I wouldn't say most people. I guess there are people who go about life that way. There might be people who are, I guess, I don't want to say complacent. That they're stuck where they are because they can't get out of it. Like, I don't have children. I don't have all these other things. Mm-hmm. So I can stack up relatively quickly and leave and go do something else as opposed to.
So when you got kids, you can't just hop out. You gotta.
So because people care about their children and they want them to survive, therefore they are caring and nurturing and responsible. Because of who they are as people, they work jobs
that they don't necessarily like or care for.
So can we separate who you are from what you do? Because you still because of who you are, you're working a job that you hate to provide for people that you love. See, I
don't know. I just feel like to me the question, and maybe I'm overthinking it, but I think the question of who you are, just like philosophically, is like a way deeper question than just like the stuff you do.
Like you know who I am, right?
Yeah, you're Corey,
and that entails a lot of things. Yeah. But that's based off of what I do, what I say, how I act, how I treat you, how I treat other people. Yeah,
how you were raised. Like, there's a lot that goes into that, though. Because how you were raised is not what you do. That's what someone else did.
Somebody did it.
Yeah, but that's not you. You said, can you separate what you do from who you are?
This nigga's yelling at me.
So,
what the hell did I do?
If your mom raised you, you had nothing to do with that.
Yeah, I did.
You were there. You received it. But
I was
something
there.
that she did.
It affected me directly.
You didn't raise yourself.
Therefore, I do things based off of what I was raised to. Like, now, mind you, just because you raised to do something don't mean you're going to do it. True.
Right. That's
but
true.
Still, it's like most of the things I was brought up to do and to believe and to have values and all the kind of things. My whole viewpoint on life is something that was done to me. Therefore, I would do it to somebody else.
But you didn't do it, so it's not something that you did.
So, so basically, what you're saying is that I didn't raise me; she did. So
but even though you didn't do that, that is a part of who you are. That's what I'm saying.
Is it who I am or what I was brought up to be? Because there are a lot of things I was brought up to be that I'm not, regardless of what she tried to make me. So it's like this.
But some of those things stuck, I would assume.
And I started doing things, right, based off of my actions that I took with me.
You were raised to do.
There.
So, as a result of what someone else did, that played a part in who you are. Something that was outside of your control that you did not do.
We're divided on this. Agree to disagree. And on that note, we'll be back. Deep, man, deep. Man.
Jamming.
That's my shit. God, that's my shit. I love that damn song.
Shout out Calvin Presents.
Oh, man.
All right, so this last topic we can get into. It's a little sensitive for some.
For some?
Yeah, for some.
I ain't saying nothing.
What?
I ain't touching this one.
Okay.
You go get me.
I'm trying to remember what the states were. So over the past, I guess, couple weeks or so, it was like 4 states that passed basically a ban on abortions completely. I think it was Ohio, Alabama. There's a couple more. It's like
Georgia,
and somewhere else.
Missouri. This is one of them. One of the random ones.
Yeah, one of them. So, and basically, they banned some random state west of Virginia.
Yeah.
Basically banned abortions completely. So even in the case of rape, even in the case of incest, no abortions. And I think the one in Georgia specifically was called, I think, the Heartbeat Bill, because the time frame they gave was, I think, you can't get an abortion after about being pregnant for 6 weeks, because that's when you can normally sense or feel the heartbeat of the baby at that point. So once there's a heartbeat, it is considered a human with its own rights, and you cannot abort it. Or I think the doctors will be the ones who will be charged, and they could get up to like 99 years in prison, which is basically life in prison. I don't know why they gave us years to that, but go to jail for 90. And even in some of the states, I think they said if you leave the state and go somewhere where it is legal and come back, they will still charge the person then for leaving and doing it and coming back. So like they got like all corners covered. Like it's not happening. It's not going down. And a lot of people are saying like y'all going too hard. It's too much. Like y'all overreaching. But one of the, I don't know if it's a senator or governor or who, but one of them was basically like, the only reason we doing this and going so hard is because we want to get it to the Supreme Court, because we are trying to challenge Roe v. Wade and get it overturned.
Well, my original point with this was like, why now when they passed it like in 1973?
1973.
But there have been lots of bills and things that have been laws for a long time that we overturned.
Yeah, we changed laws consistently.
Yeah. So that's not a good point to make. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I'm not good at these kinds of things. Like I feel like I can support my women. That's the most I can do. Whatever y'all want to do, I'm with it. I ain't got shit to say.
Well, if that's the case, then that's pro-choice. That's your decision.
All right.
If you say,
and that's where I'm at.
If you say a female can do what she want, that's basic. That's what pro-choice is. The female gets to decide. That's just her choice. That's the whole point behind pro-choice.
That's all I got to say. That is my hot take for tonight.
That's not pro-choice. Is
I ain't
not
saying
a
shit else. Nope, you ain't gonna get me.
I
got music coming out. Y'all ain't gonna trap me in no shit. Nope.
It's not coming out for another 6 months. So sorry. Dude, you gotta build anticipation.
The shade, yes. Okay.
But I would say, I don't know if we said this on the show before, but I know we talked about it before. My biggest thing is just how everybody just mind their business. Like, it's weird to me that we have laws about some of this stuff.
Religious freedom. That's why.
Huh?
That's what they say. It's about religious freedom and I guess upholding the sanctity of life, no matter what stage it is. So whether it's brand new in the womb, you just got fertilized, they consider that to be life.
What's that have to do with religious freedom, though?
Because religious people feel like God feels like our lives are sacred because we are.
What they got to do with the law?
Image of God. That's what I say.
We should be separation of church and state, so they don't have shit to do with what the laws is made of.
A lot of conservatives don't agree with that. A lot of conservatives feel like America is a white, even though they don't always say it, it's a white Christian nation. So it's just like they feel like American values and Christian values go hand in hand. That's what they all believe.
But the paper says that it is not
The paper said that all men were created equal, but then told me that I was 3/5 of a damn human being. So I'm just looking. I'm saying
That's
too much.
fair.
Whatever the women want to do, I'm with it. Whatever you want to
you
do, you
said-
have my support.
Anything controversial there, but
Yes.
I feel like this is a lot of stuff though. Just everybody mind your business. We don't need laws directing everything. If you believe in abortion, that's between you, like it's separation. That's between you and whatever God or higher entity you serve. That don't have nothing to do with people in California that worry about your household and your babies or whatever you got going on, and let other people worry about theirs. If everybody minded their business, we'd be fine. Same thing with gay marriage. Like,
Oh shit!
it's the same thing. Mind your
Wait a
business.
minute here.
Literally, mind your business. Like, if you don't believe in gay marriage, your only responsibility to that is not to marry somebody of the same sex. Mission accomplished.
Religious freedom.
Okay.
Uphold the sanctity of marriage.
But don't the Bible say,
Man and a woman.
judge not thy neighbor?
Huh? We don't believe that. We just say that.
So what part of the Bible are we? What part of the Bible are we looking at?
God
for
is a
this?
vengeful God.
Okay.
Look,
And
Look.
Jesus drank wine, so
but drunkenness is a sin. See, I'm just look. Whatever women want to do.
so you are
You have my
pro-choice.
Yes.
Pro-choice. I'm pro. Mind your goddamn business.
Pro magic game, but yes. I
If
don't
everybody
disagree.
Worry about themselves. Cool. If you don't want to have an abortion, don't have one. If you don't believe in gay marriage,
That's my whole
don't marry nobody of the same sex.
I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop being dumb. I agree. I feel like as long as what you do to negatively affect what I do,
As long as you're not
or
hurting
what somebody
nobody
else is trying to
or-
do it. I don't see the point because when people can't, if they feel restricted, if they feel like they can't do shit,
They gonna
that's
do it
when
more.
more issues arise. Then they're gonna try to stop you because it's like, oh, you're trying to stop me. That's where wars and all sorts of shit happen. So I feel like just leave this. Yes, just leave niggas alone.
Just
If what they do ain't negatively affecting you, then fine. I know that there's this whole thing that white people, yes, yes, they're scared to death. They are concerned because they're becoming more and more of a minority, and they're blaming
about
everyone
2045.
else. So now they're blaming immigrants and they're blaming abortion and they're blaming all of these things because they're afraid that they're going to be a minority, and ultimately they feel like we're going to take their guns because they're afraid that we're going to do
wants
to
your
them
guns.
what they've done to the world. So I get why they're all freaking out, but look, you kind of look. I've said too much. If you are a woman, whatever you want to do, you have my full support.
Right. And like you said too, like if you try to stop somebody from doing something, it always causes a backlash, which was kind of the main reason they passed Roe v. Wade in the first place, because they were trying to stop abortions like the legal way. So women was like doing alternative ways and like dying.
That's the other
and, like,
thing
killing
too. It's like,
themselves,
did y'all
too.
forget that? Like, did y'all forget? Like, mind you, if someone wants to do something, they're going to do it.
So they can either do it safely at a doctor's office, or they find some backwards way to do it and end up hurting themselves or dying, which is the reason they passed Roe v. Wade, because people were dying because they was getting sideways or whatever abortions outside of a doctor's office.
This is supposed to be the land of the free.
Well, that's
And
all
on
we
that-
have for you today, ladies and gentlemen. We'll leave you on that note to think about.
Yes. Thank you. We'll be back next week with hopefully less controversial topics. Goodness
Depends on
gracious.
what happens. And hopefully Abe Dene and they said they'll be back.
I forgot about that. I thought they got canceled.
They was on tour. I told you.
Y'all was almost out of a job. All right. Good night, everyone.
We out.
Bye.
Dream of the day that a stranger would say, man, I remember.